guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha and I wanted to talk to us today about ways that we can rewild ourselves. Okay, so this idea came to me because I've been on my spiritual journey for some years now, right? And basically just transforming so much. All the ways that I used to see the world, the religion, just all the dynamics, my beliefs growing up, everything really came shattering down as I learned new information, as I tapped into myself, as I connected to God more. I just been having an awakening. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this term, but right now on the planet, what's happening is so many people are also going through this spiritual awakening, this rebirth in a sense, individually and then as a collective. When we look out into the world, we can see so much chaos, COVID-19, the war that's happening, just the state of the world in general. We can see so much just harshness and just chaos. And so I feel like everything is crashing down right now. From a religious sense, people can say like it's the end of the world, revelation or what have you. But really what's happening when you think about something crashing down and something new is being formed. When we look at the seasons, we see the cycle. It may look like the tree's dying, it does, but then spring comes and there's new bloom, there's new life, and that's how things are constantly happening in this realm, in this world. For me personally, I've just been feeling like I want to learn different ways and new ways to connect with Mother Earth, connect with Gaia. Because you guys, during this awakening, I've realized that we as humans have these massive egos, right? And part of spirituality and when you tap into self is learning like, okay, I have an ego and I have a spirit. And we need both, okay? But when you tap more into your spirit, you just connect more with yourself. You connect more with the earth. You realize how beautiful life is. I'm looking at the birds, and in this matrix, in this system, the way that we're conditioned as a society is to just focus on ourselves, like feel like as humans we have the ultimate reign over everything. Everything else is disposable. It's just here as our resources to use up, and who cares how it affects the rest of the earth, the rest of the planet, because what we want is the most important. And it's really destroying the earth. It's really destroying ourselves. It's destroying society. Not only is it not sustainable, but it's harsh. It's not conducive to feeling good and living a healthy lifestyle and really happiness, because we're here to feel happy and feel good. And when I see the way that the world is, it's very clear that like depression is super high and mental health, and we just need something new. Okay, so this is also, people talk about this as like creating the new earth, and I'm 100% on board for that. I think part of this is learning how to rewild ourselves, especially for us women. You guys, we are the divine portal. We are the mothers, we are the nurturers, we are the ones raising the children which become the world, become the society. We have such an important say, even with our man, like he confides in us, he comes to us, and we work together to create the world. So as women, I feel like we really need to get more in tune with ourselves, more in tune with the earth, to produce the new earth, to create a new, better reality, healthier, happier, flourishing, blooming reality. Okay, so I want to just talk to you guys about the ways that I've been learning to do this, and I hope they can help you. And leave me a comment. Let me know if you're down with any of these ideas. What do you think about these ideas? Do you feel like the world needs to be reset? Do you see problems in the world? How can we fix them? How can we create something new and better? Okay, so the first thing is choosing freedom over fear. You guys, if there's anything we can all agree on, it's that we came here free. We have the freedom to raise our arm, to speak, to eat, to live. We are sovereign beings. This is how our Creator made us. We have the freedom to be and to live. So when anyone or anything tries to hinder that freedom, that is a huge red flag, you guys. When we look into the world, even with the most recent examples of everything that's been happening, to try to force people, tell them how they have to live, what they have to inject in their body, how they have to walk around, telling them they can't leave their home. We did not come here to live that way. You know, the only way someone can take away your freedom is by injecting you with fear, okay? And we want to choose freedom over fear, okay? Because that is how we are controlled. If someone can make you so afraid, you will do what they say. But I want you to tap into self and recognize that there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. We were born free and we have to maintain that freedom. The only reason somebody would want to take your freedom away is to control you. They're feeding their ego, you know, whether that's a government, people, whatever. We were born free, so much freedom that we're able to decide how we're going to use it, how we're going to implement it, and all of our actions matter because together we create the world. Okay, so when we talk about rewilding ourselves, connecting to the earth, connecting to our true essence, you want to choose freedom over fear. The second thing I've really learned on my spiritual journey and on my road to rewilding myself, tapping into my true self, connecting with God and the earth and the planet and people, is compassion. It's so important for all life forms. First of all, compassion for yourself. We've all been conditioned our entire lives. It's called a spiritual awakening because you are learning, you are becoming awake of things you didn't know, becoming aware of things you didn't know. So it's not about blaming yourself or getting mad at anyone else or yourself. It's about having compassion. You know, this is such a cool journey because it's kind of like you're constantly learning new stuff, right? And so when we talk about compassion, you want to have compassion for yourself, of your old self, and for any mistakes you've made in your past, any hurt you've caused other people, caused yourself. Have compassion and understand that everything is working in life to teach you lessons and for you to learn how to forgive. Okay, which can be so hard because again of our ego. Our ego is like, no, we have to be right. But when you tap into your spirit, you recognize, wow, we all need compassion. It's so important for all living things, you guys. I feel like we forget that the earth is alive. Okay, so she is allowing us to inhabit her. What a gift. It's not that, oh, we're in control. It's just what we want and that we're just running the show and we can just plunder the resources and plunder the animals and plunder the trees and plunder one another, kill things off. Like, these are living, breathing beings, okay? So I just want us to remember this. Like, I know for me, as I've had my spiritual awakening, as I've been awakening to my true divine nature and God, you know, recognizing that I am a spirit and a soul, and that I'm just in this human body, but I'm really a soul and a spirit, and so are you. As I'm recognizing this and learning about compassion, I've had to change my diet. Not because, oh, I'm trying to hop on a trend or, oh, like how I look to other people. When you embody love and embody compassion, you recognize like Like animals, they can feel, they're also alive. Like the mothers, they also have they're also mothers. I'm a mother. They're also mothers. They also have children. They also can feel, you know, if you hurt them, they can feel that, you know, they also have a heart, a brain. And so, although I grew up on the standard American diet, eating meat and eating just anything, processed junk, as I've been awakening, I've had to be realistic with myself, and God has opened my eyes to say, wow, Sasha, there are so many natural foods that He has provided us with, you know, vegetables, fruits, seeds, nuts, all types of foods that we know it's good for us because it has the things that we need. We do not have to kill animals to eat. I understand that maybe back in the day, if it's between the animal or your life, you're gonna die if you don't kill it and cook the meat in the fire. You have to, but that's not the reality of the situation right now. The reality of the situation right now is we have Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, whatever, any store, CVS, get some almonds. Like, we don't have to choose to kill to eat. It's not a battle of survival. We are just so in really gluttony. We are so desensitized to life forms, okay? I live in a beautiful condo complex, and I awoke a couple weeks ago to just like this harsh sound, and I was like, what is that? It literally sounded like death, not like gunshots, but it sounded just so loud, and I was like, what is that? I looked outside and I realized like they were cutting down some trees, and the sound of it, you guys, it sounded like death. And for what? You know, like for aesthetics, because they want it to look a certain way here. It's like we are so confused on the way that we live. It's not right morally, you know. I was driving with my daughter in the car. We were driving past Chick-fil-A, and I was thinking to myself, wow, they're like a Christian organization, right? So they are closed on Sundays. And not too long ago, when I was eating them all the time, sometimes that would irk me, like, oh shoot, like they're closed, like I want Chick-fil-A, it's a Sunday, oh, they're closed, da, da, da. But then I realized, like, wow, you guys are closed on Sunday because you're observing the Lord's Day. But your entire business is based on slaughtering animals and deep frying it and feeding us chemicals through the sauces and this and that, MSG. Like, we're so asleep to how we were really intended to live, you guys. Like, so when I say we're so asleep, that means when you start to recognize these things and see them for what they are and take your feelings out of it, it's not about how you feel. It's about seeing things for what they are. And sometimes the truth hurts. Okay, so yes, I like the way Chick-fil-A tastes, but why? Why would I choose to eat death, you know? Yes, I've been used to it because like I said, I grew up eating a certain way, and yeah, it tastes good, but why does it taste good? Well, because I'm not the one that strangled that chicken to death and cut the head off and cut up the stomach and cleaned off the blood and put it through a machine and then injected it with chemicals and deep fried it and put some sauce on it. That's why. So I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, and I'm sorry if this is vulgar and you feel judged. It's not about judging. It's about creating a better way of living for all things, not just about your taste buds. Why is your life important and your children's life important, but other living things not important? What makes you more important than other life forms? God made all things just like He made us, and we all have hearts, feelings. We're all life. Respect all life. So when we talk about rewilding ourselves, it's really about connecting back to just our roots, literally the roots, you know, of the earth, all of the beautiful foods, natural foods that we can eat that are also alive like us. that have what we need to feel our best and to feel replenished, feel hydrated, feel good, and look good. You know what I mean? I think back to my teenage years, and I suffered from a lot of acne on my face. And people, you can put all types of chemicals that you want or whatever, but it's about my diet, and what I was eating and putting in my body. You put death in your body constantly and processed stuff, foods that are not alive, the foods that we made in the lab, then there's no surprise that your body is literally trying to detox you, take out the toxins, and it's coming out through your skin. It's coming out in the form of acne. It's like, that's a very clear sign that basically the foods you put in your body is what your body becomes. So you want to be mindful of it. When we talk about rewilding, we talk about just like learning about food in a new way. It's not about a quick, fast, microwavable anything. Like even me, I try to be mindful of using the microwave. Like a lot of times we make things more complicated than they need to be. Think about a banana or an apple, like things that you can just pull off and they're just already made. You just eat it, and you keep going. I feel like this is kind of deep, but when we talk about like these 5-star restaurants and all this and eating all these different things, it's just like, it's kind of like, are people bored or something? Like, should food really be taking up that much of our time? Like, I love to eat and I love food and I love putting natural foods together, like pico de gallo. I'm of Mexican descent, so it's like pico de gallo, guacamole, things like that, like the chilies, and I understand that, but like I just try to keep it natural, and I encourage you guys to do the same thing, because the foods that we put into our body are so super important to how we feel. And also, like I said, I don't believe we should be killing other life forms, especially when we don't have to, when we have other options. Like let's really think of terms of love and compassion and embody this. There's so many new foods that I've yet to discover that are natural, that God literally made for us to eat, but it's about opening our mind, opening our heart, and wanting to try new things, and having strong convictions as to why. Talk about rewilding ourselves, you guys. I've always been so into beauty. Okay, as a woman, I love makeup, hair products, things like that. As I've been on my spiritual awakening, I've learned that, wow, again, there's so many beautiful things in nature that we can use. Hence the name of this channel, right? Healing Honey. There's so many natural things that are available to us that we don't have to go put all these chemicals and this and that. I'm going to give you some examples. Okay, some of my favorite natural products that I've been using, I'm going to put you guys on, okay? Because again, I share these things because I feel like they're going to benefit us all and our children. Coconut oil has to be my number one go-to for my hair, for my skin, as mouthwash. You can even use it as a base for toothpaste. Coconut oil to cook with. Coconut oil to so you can consume it. It's natural. Coconut oil in your sacred space as a female, in your feminine area. If you're feeling any irritation down there, put it there. It will soothe it. It's so relaxing. Even in the bedroom, you want to use some coconut oil, what have you. Sorry, mama, if you're watching this, but anyway, coconut oil it's a go-to for me. Olive oil in my hair, use it as a base to create a lip scrub. Olive oil is one of my favorite things to use. Pink Himalayan sea salt, as a lip scrub. Put some of that in some olive oil or some coconut oil, create yourself, put it in your bath, have a salt bath, detox yourself. Natural things. Like it's crazy to me because I worked in the beauty industry for a while. I even created a beauty brand. And I'm going to let you guys know that behind the scenes, all these different labels that you guys are buying, it's all really being sourced from the same thing. A lot of times in China, I'm going to keep it 100, I'm going to keep it a buck. Or, okay, if you want to be fancy, France, or sometimes in the US. But the bottom line is, there's a few labs out here. They're making the products. Everyone's putting different names on it, and it's going out and being sold to the product to the public at different prices. You know, you're out here thinking you're buying something luxurious, but it just has a different name on it than something else, you know? So it's about money, and it's about people just trying to profit from us. We don't really need so many of these beauty products. I mean, the beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But so many times you feel that you have to splurge on something. Again, like let's say you're struggling with acne, you feel like you have to go buy these certain products. No, change your diet, infuse more water, exercise, use natural products. You don't have to go spend so much money for what? We've been brainwashed and we've been targeted to feel like we need these products, you guys, but you're being played. Like they're playing you, they're playing us. There's so many natural alternatives that don't cause cancer, that don't hurt you, you know? Even medicines, we could talk about pharmaceutical industry. And they don't talk about prevention. They're just trying to put a band-aid on it, not getting to the root cause. So when we talk about prevention of diseases, of even mental things, it's about getting to the root cause, okay? Which always means tapping in, always means connecting to Mother Earth, here to heal us. The healing is in the food. The healing is in the natural, in nature. You would be surprised how much just going and sitting in nature can heal you. Sitting in a river, cleansing your body, praying. You know, you want to talk about depression? Go outside, embrace the natural space, you know. Roses, I'm obsessed. They bring me so much joy and happiness. I've been making my own rose water because when I finish my makeup, ladies, sometimes we spray our face down, right? To just kind of finish the look. I've been making my own rose water, very simple to do. Just taking a rose, cleaning it off, putting it in some clean water, some distilled water, and boiling it for 20-25 minutes, letting it cool off, and then straining it. Now you have fresh rose water that you can use in your hair, use on your face. I spray it on my plants, I spray it on my daughter. It's refreshing, summer's coming, you know. You could go to Target and buy a bottle of rose water, but they've put chemicals in it to preserve it, and they're gonna charge you whatever amount, like you can make your own. So I'm just advocating for this. Why? Because I'm talking about rewilding us. Why? Because like these are all the dope products that we just have. We're given naturally everything that we need and more. This realm is abundant. Abundance is the truth of the universe. Abundance, not lack. Lack is a mentality. Lack is you thinking that we have to take because there's not enough. No, there's more than enough. There's more than we even need. There's way more than we need because God is love. He gave us more than enough. We just have to know this, okay? Scarcity and lack is an idea that was pushed onto us so that we're again in fear, able to be controlled, and people are able to profit from us. Tap into self and recognize abundance is the truth of the universe, and there's abundance, more than enough for everybody. Okay guys, so the last thing I want to talk about is when we talk about rewilding, the family dynamics, okay, that we currently have in play on earth, they are really hurting us on a soul level. Okay, there's so much division between man and woman. Our families and community has been torn apart from one another. And it's really time to rebuild this. Okay, so for example, me, when I became a mother, society will tell you to go put your kid in a daycare from 6 months of age on. Actually, I had to return to work when my daughter was 4 months old. You know, that's when my paid time off was over or whatever. But it's like 4 months old. Our society is so, I'm gonna say it, corrupt. That is so harsh. Here is a brand new life that you are so deeply in love with, and they need you so much. To rip a mother from child, is so wrong to do. And to feel pressure that, oh, I need to be going to earn money. Money is a concept that we created as humans. What is more important here? What's more important is the bond that you share with your child, you know? And so when we talk about rewilding and connecting, it's about going back to our feelings. What feels right for you? It's not about judging. If you want, some women, maybe they prefer to go back to work right away or whatever when they have a child. A lot of times we're put in this position because of the way our society is set up that we have to, and I understand that too, having to go work and be away from your kid. But I really, if there's a will, there's a way. Ask yourself what's most important to yourself and tune into yourself, connect with yourself. You know, I can speak as a mother that for me, the relationship with my daughter is my priority above all else. I want to be the one that raises her, spends time with her, teaches her. And it was so sweet and cute because she's getting older. She is going to start kindergarten this year. We were at the park together and we were talking and she says, Mom, why do I have to go to school? School, you teach me at home. Moms are the real teachers. Home is school. And it just touched my heart, you know, because kids are so pure. They just speak. They don't even think, they just speak from the heart. And it touched me to know that, wow, yes, there's this system and, you know, by law, I have to put her in school at this age and all of that. And that's great to learn some things, but also I am a teacher I teach her. That's also my role. And what an honor to do that. You know, what a privilege to be able to do that, to guide this life, to love this life, to nurture and nourish this life. That is an honor. That is a respectable role in society. Maybe you were told you have to be a lawyer to be respectable, or a judge, or a doctor, or a CEO. No, you don't. Being a mom is one of the most, if not the most important jobs on earth, you guys. And so I want you to remember this. When we talk about rewilding, it's about connecting to our roots. What's actually important in life, you know? And when we're talking about creating a new earth, I foresee community. You know, our ancestors, they raised children in communities. You know, I'm sure you've heard the saying, it takes a village, right? Because it's true. The way our life is now, like on earth, everyone is so like individualistic that it's like, oh, you know, oh, that's a single mom. Well, that's her bad. Who knows what happened to the dad? Like, that's her job to raise the kid, and oh, well, like, good luck. But that is so, like, we are all connected. How that child is being raised, and that child's gonna go out into the world and maybe meet your children, you know, interact with the world. Like, it is our responsibility to take care of one another, you know, and our ancestors knew this, you know. In other cultures, the women raise the children together. You know, we work more so together as a village, as a people, and that makes sense to me. Like when I'm at the park with my daughter and I see another kid, if a little kid falls down, I'm gonna help them up, you know. I'm gonna encourage them, I'm gonna pay attention to them, I'm gonna look at them in their eyes, because I know what that means to my kid, I know what that means to me. Well, even though this is a stranger, no, like, this is another human being, you know. Show love again for all people, all things, you know. All of us are important, all of us are family. It's one humanity, you know, so let's take care of one another. I just want to encourage any moms working out there. If you're away from your child, you feel that you have to be. No, you don't. Who cares what this society will tell you? You know, they'll tell you to spend all of your time at work, have a little moment to yourself. Then you don't even have the energy to be with your kid because you're so tired. All you have is the weekends, and you're trying to cram in grocery shopping and the laundry and socializing. And what if you're married, your husband, and it's like, it's just not right, you guys. It really breaks my heart because I know that people feel stuck and people feel like they don't have a choice, and that is not the truth. We always have a choice. It's about not being afraid and having courage to ask yourself what really matters to you. And if that's working and making a career for yourself, that's wonderful, you know. Like, I'm a Capricorn, so it's like I'm all about goals and killing it, you know, and you know, pouring yourself into a career, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that connect to yourself and decide for yourself what's most important to you. Don't let other people determine what's most important to you and how you should live your life. That's all I'm saying, guys. And when we talk about men and women, you guys, it's really time to bring some more healing into these relationships, because we need to have compassion again. If you've been hurt by somebody, that's okay. Everybody has dealt with trauma. Everybody is just doing the best that they can. It's so important to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive other people, and see new relationships with a new heart, with a new mind. Give people a chance. Like, bring some more forgiveness, more compassion, more healing into these relationship dynamics, because men need women and women need men, and that is okay. And that is a beautiful thing, you know? So when we talk about rewilding and the new earth, we want to be coming together as a community, bringing more love, more healing, and working together cohesively to create just a better life, more flow, more happiness, you know? Because even back to like the mother and child being apart, like, I know for me, like, I missed my mom. She was out working all the time, and she's very successful in her career, which is great. But you know, kids, they need their mama, they need their dad too, you know? And so again, we're in a society right now where the families have been ripped apart from one another. So much grudges, so much hate, just ego. But let's move from our spirit, you know? Let's rewild. Let's reconnect to our true divine being, you know? And so these are the things I wanted to tell you guys today about rewilding ourselves. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. How are you rewilding yourself? Do you believe in these concepts? What do you agree with? What do you not agree with? Add in the comments what you think about this. I'm sending you so much love and power. That was my kid. I love you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.